Hello, welcome back to the Mobile Motorbike Mechanic channel. I'm Steve. Today we're heading off to Loughborough to go and look at a what was it, YZR 125. Yeah, so 2022 model. Just doing a service on that one. So we'll see you when we get there. Right folks, 2022 YZF 125R. YZF? Yeah, that's right, YZF. Yeah, so anyway, just going to do a service on this one. So do oil filter, plugs and air filter. So first things first, we'll start it up, get it warm, and then we can start looking at dropping the oil and doing the rest of the service. Okay, first things first, we'll get this fairing off. Not entirely sure if we need to take this one off, but we definitely need to take this one off because we've got to get to the oil filter, which is behind this crash protection here. So, start off by taking it apart. Oh, that's 4 minutes. Right, now we need to get this crash protection off because it's over the oil filter housing. Ah, that's actually disconnected from that. I'm wondering if that's been down the road already. There's no point in taking that off. So we'll put that back on again. There we go. Let's get the bowl. Just in case it starts dripping out of the oil filter housing. Yeah, you can see where that's snapped off from there. Right. So just those other 2 bolts, we'll drop that out. We'll do that once it's warmed up, because then we can drop the oil and do the oil filter at the same time. So engine switched off, and what we need to do, come underneath by the exhaust pipe. It's just there. So 19mm on that one. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know we've had issues with these Yamaha bolts before. Oh, let's see what happens. There we go. They're normally done up pretty bloody tight. That should do it. Now we just need to get it out. It's going to go everywhere, but I'm just going to drop it into the bowl. There we go. Just to help with draining the oil out, we're just going to take our dipstick out of here. That just helps the oil drain all the way through. We can now get our oil filter undone. 1, 2. So note the different length of bolts. And also when you, I'll just drip that into my finger. Yeah, and also when you take the cover off, just keep an eye on that gasket there, that rubber gasket, because you don't want that tearing. That would be a bad day. So, yeah. So that third bolt that was actually on the housing held this crash protection in place, so that's a different size again. So you got three bolts, 3 different sizes. Let's fish the oil filter out. And just take a note, you got the open end towards you, closed end goes into the bike. Very important when you come to put that back together. Ugh, oil everywhere. Right folks, whilst the oil's draining, we may as well get under the seat here. And this is your airbox here. So we'll get down to that and then get the air filter replaced. Right, so this is just a cover over the actual over the fuel tank. So we just need to locate all of our bolts to get this cover off. So we've got one there. Have to get this side panel off, get a trim panel off up here, and then we can get this cover off. Right, let's see what we've got under here. Is that clipped into there? I think it is. Why did you do this to me, Mr. Yamaha? Why are some bolts screw, some bolts Allen, and some bolts hex? Just want you to use the whole toolkit, don't they? Right, let's see what we've got there now. There we go, that's got it. A little push pin there. Pop him out. There we go. Oh, Jesus. These tanks covers are a pain in the backside to take apart. Because you've got to undo every single fastener. But you get there in the end. You probably don't need to take these rear ones out, but it just gives the panel a lot more flexibility if you do. Right, let's get this little clip up here. And there we go. And now that's starting to move. Oh, that's so awkward. There we go. And with those two pieces gone, we can get to the last 2 bolts and get the centrepiece gone. Really just show how small the tank is compared with the cover. Come on, pop. There we go. Right, with the cover off, we need to remove the tank, which is 1 bolt here and 1 bolt here. There's 2 bolts at the front as well, but we took those off earlier. It's just that one there. And that one there. Right, so with the all the bolts out of the fuel tank, we can now lift it up and ease it off to one side. And we've got 2 electrical connectors, which is nice and easy. And then we've got this fuel connector, which we need to remove. And then you've got a couple of hoses over there. But we'll deal with those hoses once we've got this fuel connector removed. So I need to grab my pick and just undo that one. It should, it says, just slide off. Come on, you beggar. You ain't sliding off. Why not? Oh, you little bugger, there he goes. Right, now we can roll it over a little bit further. And we can start tackling those pipes. Nice and gentle. There's one. And there's number 2. And the tank is released. Right, with the tank gone, we're down to the air box. And we need to undo 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to get the airbox lid off. So, cross the screwdriver, and it's starting to rain. Lovely job. Here's 1, 2, 3. Just release that pipe there, and then 4. And there she goes. Ta-da! 1 lid. And 1 horrible minging air filter. Nice new air filter. Quick comparison. Yep, that's the one. That's horrible. That can go in the bin, along with the box. And actually, we're just going to check in there. A little bit of oil, what have you in there. Let me grab a cloth, get that cleaned up. There we go, nice positive click. Check to make sure he's clean, which he is. And lid's back on. We'll pop that in. Right, air filter's done. We'll move on to the spark plug. Right, spark plug. So, spark plug's here on the right hand side of the engine. So this is the HT lead here, and it goes down to the spark plug cap. Bit awkward to get to, but it's in there. Getting in there is going to be too awkward, so what we're going to have to do is take this panel off. So we'll just start by removing the bolts and getting the panel off. Oh, the joys. Bolt there. Oh, where's my little pick gun? There it is. Got a pin there. Oop. There's 1. There's a pin there. 2. Leaf. Right, that's starting to come away. I need to go up underneath now. 4 mil. Get that one out. Yeah. And we need. There's a bolt up underneath here, and there's also a push pin up under here. I'll get those out. Once that released, run my finger up the inside of that panel there, and that's come away from that inner to outer. And that starts releasing it along the top here. And then we've got to do the same along here. There we go. Oh, I've got one push pin that I've left out. Oh, it's in there. There we go. Now, that's coming away. A bit awkward this, to say the least. Forgotten another one. That's it. Right, so those were the two I'd missed on the inside lip of that fairing, inner fairing panel. Last bolt. He says, hopefully, last bolt. And then we can get this panel removed. Again, all of this just to change a spark plug. There we go. And indicator off. There we go, in the panel, out of the panel. You're not going to believe this. Just gone to get the plug cap off. It detached from the HT lead. And if you look in there, the rest of the plug cap is on the spark plug itself. So that's just completely failed. Let's get this plug out and I'll show you what I mean. Oh, not good. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Oh, everyone loves a good fail video, don't they? Right, there you go. So that is the end of the HT lead. That's just completely separated. And there's the little resistor that's inside it. So that should be all together like that. That should not be on there. Right. Luckily, we carry spares. So you see that brass bit in there? That's what that is on there. Right, let's see if that's going to fit with our replacement spark plug. So that's the brass bit off the old spark plug. New plug here. Clicks in, beautiful. So we'll get that fitted and then we can look at getting the new plug cap fitted. Right. There we go. That's in there. Right. Fitting a new HT, well not HT lead, but fitting a new plug cap. That's the old one. They don't just push on. If you have a look in the end of that, you see it's a screw. So fit your waterproof cover. Get it on there. There it is. Right, and then in the centre of your HT lead, you'll see your little copper contact. And what you want to do is you want to screw that in until it goes tight like that. And then you pull your little cover back down over the top. There we go. Lovely job. And then it's just a simple clip it on. Right. So probably didn't need to take the fairing off, but because that wasn't coming out, we took the fairing off, and now we know why it wasn't coming out, because it was knackered. Right. That lot in the bin. And we'll get it all back together again before it starts absolutely tipping down. Right, tank going back on again. It's really starting to rain now. Getting absolutely soaked, but oh, it's just the reverse of how we took it off. That's one pipe. 2 pipes. The fuel one, which you've got to be careful with. So you don't want it snapping. And then 1 connector, 2 connector. And she's on. Right, just trying to hammer through this now because I'm getting wet and we're not enjoying it. So it's getting a bit minging. Right, I'm going to get these last 2 bolts in, then we're stopping. We're going to put the awning up because I'm getting absolutely soaked. Right, put the awning up to at least give us a bit of respite from the rain. Brand new oil filter. So if you remember what I said at the start, was closed end into the bike, open end out. Just like that. got a bit of rain on everything. God, it's just absolutely started coming down. Yeah, lovely job. So oil filter housing, we want the middle spiky bit in the middle, and then you just got to line it up shape with shape. Now we took that one out, I think it was. No, we didn't. We took that one out, didn't we, for the crash protection. That one was the long one. Yep. And we took the top one out as well. So 8mm, we'll get them back in. Now it's a bit of a pain because of that crash bung. I don't know if that third one's going to line up, so what I'm going to do, just going to take that bolt off. Ooh, what is that all covered in grease and horribleness? Yep. There we go. Just going to take that bolt off and use it to locate, so we know we're definitely in the hole, and then I can do these 2 up. There we go. And now I can back that one back out again, knowing that bolt will go back in that hole, so there's no misalignment. So that's going to go back in there and be all good. That was bobbed on there, wasn't it? Like that. Did we take that off before we took the fairing off? I think we did. Let's just leave that off for now. Right, oil's done. Oil filter's done. So drain bolt on these also has a filter on it, this little thimble jobber there. So wash him out with a bit of brake cleaner or whatever, make sure there's no big lumps in there, and then the whole stack goes like that back up into the underside of the bike with a 19mm. So let me just give that a wipe down there. Make sure he's as clean as he's going to get for now. And we're just going to throw the whole stack up under. Oh, make sure you don't fall in the oil. Come on, you bugger. Once you've got it started, it can stay there until you get a socket. Beautiful. He's done. Right. Let's get some oil in it, and then we can start it up, make sure it runs right, if it's all running right, then we can put the rest of it back together. Nice new bottle of oil. Now, notice on the side of the engine there it says 850 millilitres. So I don't know if that's with or without an oil filter. So what we'll do is we'll go 800 ml and then a little bit more to get to our 850. Dipstick. Yeah, you can see the oil's just on the end of the dipstick there. So I'm going to say we need a bit more oil in that one. That'll do, yeah. Like I say, these little 125s, they don't take a lot of oil. But equally, you don't want to underfill them or overfill them if you can help it. Right. Yeah, it's about halfway up the dipstick. So what I'll do now, I'll just run the bike for 10 seconds, get the oil circulating around the engine, get that oil filter filled up, and oh, hang on, we need a key. Where's the keys? Keys are in the seat. There we go. Yeah, so get it running. Make sure our oil pressure light goes out. Yeah, oil pressure light's gone straight out. Just running for, I'd say, 10 seconds or so. Right, let all that settle down. We know the engine's running now, so we know the bike's running, so we can start cracking on, getting the tank and everything back on again, or the tank cover. So I'll press on with that, come back to us in a couple of minutes and we'll check that oil mill. Right, everything's back together again. So it's had a bit of time to settle, so let's have a look and see where we're at with the dipstick. I'm expecting it to be completely off the dipstick, to be honest. Yeah, there's nothing there. So I'll chuck a little bit more in. Couple of glugs. I'm expecting most of that 1 litre to go. Yeah, you're only just on the dipstick there, and that is pretty much empty. So I'm just going to sling the whole 1 litre in. Right, last check. Oh yeah, there you go. He's up on the dipstick there. So happy with that. So we can call this one finished. Right folks, that's this one all done. So yeah, changed the oil filter, spark plug, air filter, and it's all on the button, running lovely. So there we go. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you again on the next video.